Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play of Crusader Kings 2. This is our Irish Spring Let's Play. It's kind of a tutorial series that I embarked upon because, you know, I was streaming Crusader Kings 2 over the course of a few days, and I had a lot of people stopping by the stream that had either tried to play Crusader Kings 2 or, you know, had wanted to play Crusader Kings 2 but were completely baffled and scared off by the system, you know, not the AI but the UI, and you know, knowing, you know, going through, having went through that myself, you know, it took me probably a good 10 hours of play and watching some different Let's Plays. I decided that I would try my hand at making something of my own. Plus, I really enjoy teaching. You know, I've spent 3 years teaching people in South Korea, teaching English, so I thought maybe it was just a natural fit. Anyways, in our last episode, we went to war with the Earl of Ermomain and Osrage. He caught us in a plot trying to kill him, and then we caught him in a plot trying to fabricate, and yeah. Anyways, we are, well, we were in a war with him. No, we're not in a war with him anymore. Well, that stinks. Is he still in the plot? He is still in the plot. Can we just do the same thing again? We can. And we even have people who would back us up. So, how does he feel about us? -70? Yeah, opinion of predecessor carried over. That's something that they've added in that's, I think, makes a lot of sense. So, we're going to go ahead and basically do the same thing we did before. In fact, we'll just leave our troops the way they are. Now, something that I didn't really talk about in the last video was we're just kind of operating under the assumption that we're going to stay Gavelkind. And there are reasons why Gavelkind can be good, namely because it allows you to have a 30% larger domain. However, there are also reasons why we might want to switch our inheritance law, such as to something like elective monarchy. If we went to elective monarchy, we would no longer be bound to having just this guy as a potential heir. We could also have, you know, nieces and nephews as potential heirs as well, you know. So if we look around, we can see, you know, if we look at our siblings here, they had a lot of children, and some of the children aren't that bad. So, I don't know. He had some really good daughters. This guy's father did. Anyways, so I don't know what we're gonna do. Speaking of which, on laws, yeah, that's unfortunate because I bet our council now does not really like us as much. Yeah, we got 4 pragmatists now and a zealot, whereas before we had 2 loyalists, which is like the magic number. If you can get 2 loyalists, you can pretty much pass anything you want through as a law. Like right now, if we wanted to switch this over to ruler war deck, we would get defeated. We would get undecided, so maybe. Actually, supporters. Okay. So we could pass centralization now. We could not pass that unless we bribed somebody. We couldn't pass that. Yeah, let's go ahead and push centralization now just to get that cooldown timer ticking. It's probably something we would want to do eventually anyways. So we just don't need all this vassal limit right now. Eventually we might want to come back down to medium centralization to get some more vassal limit, but that's pretty far down the road. Ashield and Rumen have gotten married. We can collect a royal aid duty to pay for their ceremonies, so we can gain some gold or we can gain some prestige. Well, you know, I think I'm going to take the gold. Even though the prestige does come slower for us, I value the gold a little bit more, I think. Okay, so he is backing the plot. We can fire off that plot again, and we'll see if he reacts in the same way. Nope. Still going to war. Thing is, he should have less troops now. Yeah, and we were immediately sieging him. He didn't even get a chance to raise his levies. Oh, there's his levies. About the same amount. Still not going to be able to siege anything away from us. So it's kind of a bummer that our guy died, but, you know, it happened. What is this? Matrilineal marriage from Adeline de Bourgogne. We propose that Prince Simon of France and my niece marry matrilineally. Oh yeah, we set this up, didn't we? I accept. So we have Simon Capet at court now. Oh yeah, he was a legitimized bastard. That was why they were willing to do it. And he's brawny. Nice. He's a strapping young lad. So we're going to revoke this guy's county. And hopefully because he's a traitor, we can revoke this one too. I think so. Because when we win this war, it will simultaneously give us control of this county and also imprison him. And then because he's a traitor, we can revoke Oath's Rage away from him. I'm pretty sure. The defensive pact opposing Andronicus Ducas has been disbanded. Okay, I didn't even know there was one. If my opinion ruled, the world would be a more chaotic but fun place. If I keep following the laws, the world would have less chaos but also less fun. So right now, we are neither arbitrary or just. I mean, there is no reason why we would ever really want arbitrary. So we're going to go just. That would be really good because it would improve vassal opinion of us and give us more stewardship. Unfortunately, we did not get it. Unfortunate. Excuse me. What's this? My nephew. He's got a pretty good array of stats here. Curious, affectionate, and timid. Well, I think that would be pretty good for diplomacy, huh? And I think you can turn affectionate into kind, if I remember correctly. That makes sense to me. No, actually, idolizer is kind. Affectionate, you can turn into charitable, perhaps. Well, we want to leave curious alone, so our option is to either turn affectionate into charitable or turn timid into content. I think I'd rather turn timid into content. So let's educate him with somebody that's content. How about my brother, Murchid? Okay, we want a siege. So when we finish this war, we should be able to take these two. So we will be holding 6 counties. We'll probably go ahead and form this duchy here. And then we'll need one more county, and then we can form the Kingdom of Ireland. Then once we form the Kingdom of Ireland, we will probably hold this duchy until either we can take this duchy as our primary, or until we need to give away a piece of the land here in this duchy. The reason that and then what we would do is we would break up the duchy before giving it away, because if we give that land away and then break up the duchy, it's going to really make the person angry that that we give that land to, because they're going to be like, hey, I wanted that title, even though you just gave me this land. My lifelong goal was to become, you know, the Duke of, what is this? I don't remember what duchy this is. No. Lannister. It's like, my lifelong goal was to become the Duke of Lannister, and now that you've shattered that title, I'm very angry with you. The Knights of St. John. A decree has been issued confirming the formation of a new religious military order, the Knights of St. John. The Knights, who have already protected and cared for sick pilgrims in Jerusalem for some time, now have the full weight of the Catholic Church behind them. Pious Catholic rulers may call on their support in wars against heretics and heathens, but they will not fight against their own faith. So basically, these are the different Crusader orders. So you're going to start to see holy orders that will pop up that you can hire for a pretty small amount of piety. You still have to pay a monthly gold cost, but it's a pretty nice way to pretty good way to fight against infidels and holy wars if you can manage to grab a hold of them and you can afford to pay them. So there should be a few more of these popping up, I'd imagine. All right, we're at 56% war score. So it shouldn't take much more. So we're actually losing 5 gold a month right now because of how much our soldiers are costing us to keep raised. 67. My niece. Let's go thrift. Bishop Senetig is no longer Chancellor for King Fursu. Did he die? He did die. Well, that kind of stinks because I think he liked us. Yeah, he was content. He was also possessed. So, who are we going to do now? I think the choice is pretty clear. It needs to be our brother. So let's see. Where do we want to send you? 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other, I guess. We'll try Briefny again. I mean, he's going to have a 18% chance, which is pretty good. But the last guy wasn't that much worse. And he failed to fabricate anything for years and years and years and years. Victory! Okay, we're at 99%. So we'll just move these guys up here. There it is. So, to the great King Fursu, your wisdom and mercy are legendary. We surrender under these terms. King Fursu gains 50 prestige. King Fursu of Mumu gains the county of Ermumain. Let me look at something here. Oh, it's at 100%. Yeah, okay. I guess I accept. Huh, it did not automatically imprison him, but I think we can imprison him now. Since he was a traitor. Maybe that's how it's... Yeah, we can righteously imprison him. But he is still in hiding. So we're going to have to wait for him to come out of hiding, but then we can. Alright, so now we have all 3 pieces of our duchy. So we can start investing in Ermumain now. It says we're going to lose Ermumain, but no, we won't. Alright. So once Port Large comes back and gets reinforced, we should have a good amount more troops. Yeah, we're up over 5,000 now. Retinue 847. Okay, quick, fussy. Wow, she's already looking pretty good. She's quick, and she has curious as well. So this curious, I think, could upgrade that quick to genius, which would be awesome. We're going to send her. See, she's conscientious, curious, and fussy. Well, that's not good. So we're going to send her stewardship, and then we're going to educate her with somebody that's diligent. Diligent and Irish. Yeah, we'll let my sister do it. And hopefully what happens is this becomes diligent, and this changes that into genius, which means she would have some. She would be rocking a +6 to all of her stats. Oh, conscientious can become diligent too. Interesting. All right, You need to come out of hiding there, brother. Nobody's trying to kill you anymore. Did he ever get married? He did not. He's still not married. Huh. Still not married. But once he comes out of hiding, then we will jump on him and imprison him. Maybe that's why he's in hiding. He knows that we're going to grab his titles. What could we build in Ermumain? Let's take a look. Well, he actually did a pretty good job upgrading it. We could make a Gallowglass training ground, which is good. Barracks, okay. So the Gallowglass training ground would improve the abilities of our heavy infantry. Okay, what do we got here? My kinsman. We'll go humility. Humility. Okay, still. Maybe we can make him special interest and then it will just tell us when he comes out of hiding, maybe. I don't think there's any kind of like a timer on that. I don't think it's like he can't come out of hiding for 5 years or something. I think he can just come out of hiding, but I'm not sure how the computer, you know, kind of like values that. Like, should I come out of hiding? Shouldn't I come out of hiding? I don't know. No, please don't die. I mean, if he died right now, it wouldn't be just terrible, but it would be worse. This guy's a lot better than his heir is. I mean, his heir has good martial and good stewardship, but the diplomacy's kind of crap. You really need to have some babies. You guys need to have some babies. Have some babies, okay? I don't think we're going to die, but I mean, it's Crusader Kings. Anything could happen. Okay, a son was born to Prince Ostmod of Norge and Uluk Nick Bryan. He is slow. Fantastic. Fantastic. You know, we might not be able to imprison him also. Another reason we might not be able to imprison him when he comes out, even because we have a truce with him. And that should last for like 10 years. Okay, so we're not ill anymore. That's good. I didn't think we would die because we have, even though we don't have our hunting dog yet, we are the hunting focus, so that gives us an additional +1 to health. So I didn't think we'd die, but an invitation. My lord, we have received an invitation to visit the great monastery at Cluny. It would make for a most interesting journey. Cluny Abbey has grown to great prominence and power since it was given independence by the Duke of Burgundy in 910. Subject now only to the Pope, supported by extensive lands as well as generous donations, it is a great center of wealth and learning. The Abbey's church is the largest in Europe. Not even the great cathedrals in Rome or Constantinople can match it. So we can lose 10 gold and go. We can lose 5 piety and not go. Well, of course we're going to go. Of course. Oh, and the white stag popped. Lately, you have heard persistent rumors from peasants and travelers in the wilds that a strange mythical beast has been sighted in your realm. It's a white stag, powerful and elusive. Common folk claim it comes from another world, and that the hunter who claims it will be imbued with divine power. Well, we are going to stag hunt with this guy, and the reason being is that I enjoy doing it. I know that we discussed that it is, unless you get really lucky and bag the stag fairly quickly, generally it is you're gonna, in the end, in the long run, you're gonna lose prestige doing this. But you know, we've already got 853 prestige. It's not a huge deal, so it's not like we're tribal and we use our prestige to, you know, hire tribal armies and things like that. So I must send people out to find it. Cluny Abbey. So this is the famous Cluny Abbey. The great church towers majestically The great church towers majestically over an extensive complex of buildings. The surrounding farmlands are rich and fertile, with peasants toiling to bring the fruits of the land into the coffers of the monastery. You can see many monks moving about, and also spot a nun or two. You can sense the atmosphere of learning, piety, and power. This is a place that enjoys the direct support of kings and powerful nobles, not to mention the Pope. So we have 4 choices. We can study the magnificent architecture. We have a 20% chance to gain 1 stewardship. We can see the library. We have a 20% chance to gain 1 learning. These monks obviously eat well, so are we thinking about stealing some food? I don't know. 20% chance to gain intrigue, or we say, oh, well, I only came here to pray. We gain 30 piety. We gain pious for 1 year, which would give us the following effect for a year. We would gain roughly 1.2 piety, -1 to intrigue, and temple vassal opinion +10 for 1 year. So I'm gonna go magnificent architecture to try to gain the stewardship. Okay, we didn't get it. 20% chance, pretty low, but you know, I would rather have the additional stewardship than the additional learning. Now, that's not to say that learning is not important. Learning is important because your learning directly affects how quickly you gain technology points. But I find that I think, and I feel like a lot of people would agree with me, that the stewardship score is a little bit more important than learning. Okay. You know what? Let's go struggle. I avoid pride because haughty and brooding generally, like haughty has like almost 0 good outcomes to it, is what I understand. So good news, my lord. We've received credible reports, so we're gonna saddle up that horse and go. Now, you know, I have had a few times where I've been lucky and I've gotten the white stag, you know, in the first few hunts, but generally you will either never get the stag or you will get the stag, but it will take a long, long time. So you have to know going into it that you're going to lose prestige. Fruitlessly scouring the countryside, you come upon a small cottage in the wilds. As you knock, an old crone opens. When she sees you and your hunting party, she cackles eerily and says that she has a powerful potion that will make you a stronger hunter, sure to catch any prey. I pretty much never do this. So we're going to go home. I'm always afraid that I'm going to drink the potion. It's going to make me sick and die. You return to your court. The hunt for this elusive white beast seems fruitless, but there are many more things out there in the wilds. Maybe next time you'll catch your prey. So, the first time that you do it, you'll always gain this +1 martial. So now our martial is 8, which should have increased our army just a slight amount. Bishop Amelgade is no longer court chaplain. Well, that guy didn't really like us anyways, and he was really old. Wow. So we need to find another one. Looking for powerful vassals. Apparently there are none. We're gonna go with, you know what, it's tempting to pick this guy, but here's the reason why I'm not gonna pick him. I'm gonna pick this guy because this guy only can do 2 things well: diplomacy and learning. But there's a chance that this guy right here, we could put him in charge of a lot of different things. So we're gonna make him, also he is a bishop already, so that's gonna make him like us a little bit more, recognizing his abilities. And are you still hiding? He's not hiding anymore. So, okay. Even if he's character of special interest, it will not tell you when he comes out of hiding. So now we can imprison him. We have a 40% chance of success. If we catch him, it's not a lose-lose. It's not terrible if we catch him. Basically, if we catch him, what we'll probably do is we'll throw him in the oubliette. And what the oubliette or oubliette does is it will make their health go down a lot, and we'll just basically try to kill him so that we can inherit him. If we don't catch him, he will raise his flag in rebellion, we fight him, and then we imprison him anyways after we take his land. So we're going to go ahead and do this. So boom, Okay, he did raise his flag in rebellion. See, what I should have done there, and, you know, learn from this, what I should have done prior to doing this is I should have done what I did last time, where I had troops ready. As you can see, I have my retinue there, and he actually doesn't have enough troops to do anything about it. It's funny. So we're gonna just send everybody in here, and then we will be able to siege it down. Very good. Okay, well, I guess we're going to put a cut in there, and in our next video we'll finish this war off. It should be easy peasy. Should not take long at all. We'll finish this war. He will be imprisoned. We're going to leave him in prison, and we will take this land, and then we'll have 6 counties under our sway, which would should raise our troop level up to close to 6,000. It should not give us enough to get another retinue, but still, 6,000 troops is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, what do you got, England? 9,000. So I mean, it's formidable. 3,000, 5,000. So we're on par with Scotland, and we're smaller than Scotland by a little bit. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, game on.